guys, welcome to Rogue Sailing. Decided to start this channel to share my journey for anyone else who was like me, who's clueless about sailing and just wants to get into it and give it a go. 6 months ago, I knew, next to nothing basically, other than, what I'd watched on YouTube, looked around, looked at boats for years, dreaming of buying one day, sailing away. But I just always thought that it was super difficult. You needed all sorts of licenses and all this type of stuff. So it wasn't until I actually sat down, looked into it, what you actually needed, and I was like, wow, I can actually just go and buy a yacht and take it out sailing if I've got the balls to. Some might say also, if you've got the lack of brains to do that as well, which I probably have as well as the balls, of course. Anyway, let's crack on and get into the details. So, why did I start sailing? I'd done a little bit of sailing when I was younger, nothing serious, mainly just messing about on lasers and toppers as part of youth clubs or after school clubs like Mayor's or Duke of Edinburgh, things like that. I also have a great memory from being about 10 or 11 and going sailing with my uncle who had a yacht. There's a picture of me on it right here. Yeah, looking very fresh faced, but it was just a great memory going away sailing, around Wales, North Wales, things like that. Just brilliant. So I think that's probably where the idea of going to sea first, was a dream of mine. I have got experience of going to sea. I was in the Navy when I was younger, from 18 to 21. I was on aircraft carriers. I served on HMS Ark Royal and HMS Illustrious. But obviously, sailing's completely different than cruising around on a giant aircraft carrier. But that's probably where, I first enjoyed, the tranquility and peacefulness of being at sea. Some of my fondest memories of being in the Navy was when I'd be on the bridge, at the helm, steering the ship. I used to hate it at the time, and when I look back now, I think, I was such an idiot to not just enjoy it. But you don't enjoy things like that when you're younger. It was a job and it was work, but when I do look back, some of my greatest memories of it is sitting on the bridge the middle of the night. It's pitch black out, there's a full moon out, and the sea just looks like lead because you're 80 odd feet up in the air, above sea level, so you've got an amazing view. On a clear day you see no problem 15 miles from that height. Proper spectacle and a great memory. Anyway, I digress as usual. Probably have to get used to that because it's happening a lot. And I just think though now, the thought of just escaping, the thought of being free, that's what kind of is driving this dream now. Obviously, we've all experienced the last 2 years. They haven't been pleasant, especially for anyone who doesn't like being told what to do, really. We don't ask for nothing, don't expect, to be told what to do in return. So, I think that's helped speed up this journey to sea. I love the thought that on a boat, you've got to be self-sufficient, you've got to manage your water, your power, it's a strategy. I enjoy things like that, and there's going to be a big, massive learning curve for me, over the coming years, provided it all goes to plan and I don't end up fucking myself up. Either way, it's going to be an adventure no matter what. So, I'm going to see what happens. It's going to live the dream. If the dream becomes a nightmare, I'll just move on to something else. Simple as that. So, starting this new sailing adventure that I'm on, how did I actually get started? So first off, as I've said, watching all the crap, doing all the stuff that everyone probably does who's watching this. But then I just booked a competent crew course because, everything I'd researched, I needed a basic understanding of what's going on. So I just thought, what, I'll do that. So booked a competent crew course, done that down in Conway, a place called Boom Sailing. It was great. Done it with a great bunch of fellas, brilliant, and my girlfriend, amazing course. We had a great time, and you know, that set us up with a good, solid, basic understanding of, you know, what to do. And to be honest, no matter how much stuff we watched beforehand, it didn't actually make sense until after we'd done the Competent Crew course. It made a lot more sense. So, you know, you can watch all the videos you want, but for me, they didn't really mean anything until I was on the boat doing it and just getting stuck right in as you do. You know, that's, I think, the best way to learn is actually just by doing. So on the Competent Crew course, there was 5 of us plus the skipper. It was great. It was 5 days of sailing. We sailed from Conway down to Puffin Island, which is just off Anglesey. Then we moored overnight at the start of the Menai Straits, the Puffin Island end. Then after that, the next day, once we got up, we done practiced a bit of manoeuvring, a bit of anchoring. Then after that, we headed up, you know, the notorious Menai Straits, or the Swellies as it's known. Watched many people sail down the Swellies, watched loads of videos on it before, and it was just amazing to be doing it for myself, for real, you know. And I was fortunate enough to be the one who sailed us down the Swellies, so I got some amazing pictures, amazing videos, and you know, it was a great day. We had amazing weather, great crew with us. It was brilliant. There was 2 guys doing their day skipper course, and then there was 3 of us doing our Competent Crew. Once we were through the Swellies, we went past Porth de Norwich, not mistaken, then past Carnarvon, where I've currently got my boat moored, you know, up over the Carnarvon bar, and then, you know, just round the rest of Anglesey down towards Holyhead, where we pulled into the marina, berthed for an hour or so. I think it was about 8:30 at the time, and then we made the decision to head back from about 8:30 in the evening and sail all the way back to Conway through the night, which was, you know, an exciting experience. And again, part of the Competent Crew course, that was one of my favourite parts of the night sailing. It was exciting, and we, you know, picked up the most speed we'd done on the way back there. I think it was while I was at the helm again, got up to 11.5 knots, which I thought was great. The tide was with us, the wind was ideal. It was just great sailing for them few hours back through the night in the pitch black, all the way from Holyhead to Conway. I think we got in about 3:30 in the morning. So yeah, it was a big day's graft we put in, but it was well worth it. The next 2 or so days, we sailed around Conway, just outside the channel, practicing manoeuvres, you know, just tacking, you know, going over points of sail, things like that. One of the days, I remember it being a bit rough, which again was quite enjoyable, you know, waves crashing over, we were getting some nice speeds, got the old adrenaline pumping, so yeah, that was really enjoyable, exciting. I remember the final day being an absolute scorcher. Don't think it was the nicest in the morning when we first started off. We were just doing a few marina drills, you know, learning how to use the tender, you know, just rowing back and forth. Then we went back out, done a few more manoeuvres, and you know, I didn't wear sun cream as usual. And yeah, paid the price when we were back at the nice pub in Conway Marina. Absolutely lovely. We had some great food and some nice drinks to finish off the course, and it was just an absolute amazing time with great people. Next time, we find a boat, buy a boat, do a few upgrades to the boat, and then eventually and finally go sailing and have an amazing time. See ya.